Hello, driving theory test students. Do you know DVSA bus and coach PCV license theory test? Vehicle weights and dimensions. Let's go. Question 1. Where can the axle weight limits be found? A. On the vehicle plate. B. On the operator's license. C. On the wheel rims. D. On the weighbridge printout. The correct answer is A. Individual axle weights are shown on the vehicle plate. This can be found in a prominent place on both the vehicle and trailer. Question 2. You're driving a bus on a local service. When can you use this lane? A. Between 4:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. only. B. Before 4:30 p.m. and after 6:30 p.m. only. C. At any time of the day. D. Any time except Saturdays. The correct answer is C. As a local service bus driver, you may use the bus lane at any time. The restrictions apply to other road users to keep the lane clear for you at peak times. Don't be tempted to speed when driving up the inside of slow-moving or stationary traffic. Be alert for pedestrians who may be trying to cross the road. Question 3. What does this sign mean? A. Hump bridge. B. Risk of grounding. C. Uneven road. D. Road liable to subsidence. The correct answer is B. If you see this sign, be aware that there's a danger of grounding. This can happen where there's a pronounced bump in the road, such as at a level crossing or a hump bridge. Question 4. You're driving a long vehicle. What should you do when you want to turn right at a painted mini roundabout? A. Make sure none of your wheels touch the roundabout. B. Avoid going over the roundabout if possible. C. Go ahead and turn right at the next junction. D. Carefully mount the left-hand curb to make more room. The correct answer is B. When turning at a mini roundabout, it's unlikely that you'll be able to avoid going over the marked area. You should, however, avoid going over the roundabout where possible. Question 5. What should you check when you've just overtaken a motorcyclist on a motorway? A. Your speedometer. B. Your left-hand mirror. C. Your right-hand mirror. D. The road ahead. The correct answer is B. When overtaking with a long vehicle, it's very important to be aware of the position of the road user you're passing. Check the near side mirror to make sure you've passed safely before returning to the left. Be especially careful when overtaking motorcyclists, as they may be affected by the draft from your vehicle. Question 6. What does the term maximum authorized mass MAM mean? A. The maximum permissible weight of your vehicle, with passengers but no luggage. B. The maximum permissible weight of your vehicle without passengers or luggage. C. The maximum permissible weight of your vehicle with luggage but no passengers. D. The maximum permissible weight of your vehicle with both luggage and passengers. The correct answer is D. A maximum authorized mass, MAM, means the maximum permissible weight of a vehicle, including its load. It's also known as gross vehicle weight, GVW, or permissible maximum weight. You're responsible for making sure the MAM isn't exceeded when the vehicle is fully loaded. Question 7. What's the maximum speed allowed for a vehicle towing a trailer on a motorway? A. 40 mm hastaif, B. 50 mm, C. 60 D. 70 mm. The correct answer is C. Vehicles towing caravans or trailers on motorways are limited in two ways. The maximum speed is 60 mph. On motorways with more than two lanes, towing vehicles aren't allowed in the outside lane unless other lanes are closed. Question 8. What does this sign warn of? A. Low bridge ahead. B. Incident ahead. C. Tunnel ahead. D. Accident hotspot ahead. The correct answer is C. If you're driving a high vehicle, make sure that there's enough headroom available for you to go through the tunnel. There may be additional signs showing height and width restrictions. Question 9. What should you consider when planning a route for your journey? A. Weight restrictions. B. Speed cameras. C. Speed limit changes. D. One-way streets. The correct answer is A. You should plan your route to avoid vehicle width, height and weight restrictions that would affect your vehicle and load. Planning to avoid busy times can also reduce journey times and fuel costs. Question 10. When should you consider the effect a speed limiter will have on your vehicle? A. When braking. B. When changing gear. C. When overtaking. D. When reversing. The correct answer is C. Plan well ahead before overtaking. Be aware that a speed limiter may cause you difficulties when overtaking another vehicle, particularly when climbing a hill. Question 11. What category of license is required to drive an articulated bus? A, D, B, D, C, D1, D, D1E. The correct answer is A. A full Category D licence entitles you to drive all buses and coaches, including the articulated type. A full Category D licence on its own doesn't cover you to drive buses or coaches drawing detachable trailers of more than 750 kilos. For this, you'll need a DE licence. Question 12. What does this sign mean? A. The length of a tunnel. B. The length of a low bridge. C. The distance to a tunnel. D. The distance to a low bridge. The correct answer is C. As well as a height restriction, the tunnel may have a restriction on the available width of headroom for high vehicles. The advance warning gives you the opportunity to find another route if your vehicle is too high or wide to drive through the tunnel. Question 13. What does this sign mean? A. Slippery road. B. Double bend. C. Overhead electrified cable. D. Cable laying ahead. The correct answer is C. It's essential to know the height of your vehicle before setting off. This should be clearly marked, usually in the cab, and visible from the driving position. Look out for restrictions that you may not have seen on a map. They may be temporary. Question 14. By how much can your stopping distance increase in icy weather? A. 2 times. B. 4 times. C. 10 times. D. 20 times. The correct answer is C. It's vital that you give yourself enough separation distance when driving on icy roads, 10 times as much as in normal conditions. You should brake gently to reduce the risk of losing control. Question 15. By approximately how much would 15 passengers increase the weight of your vehicle? A. 0.5 tons, B. 1 ton, C. 2.5 tons, D. 3 tons. The correct answer is B. You must be aware of the maximum authorized mass (MAM) of your vehicle. This refers to its total weight, including both passengers and luggage. 15 passengers would add approximately 1 ton to the weight of your vehicle. You should also allow for any luggage that they may be carrying. Question 16. What's a vehicle's turning circle? A. The number of turns of the steering wheel between locks. B. The amount of space needed for the vehicle to turn. C. The amount by which the vehicle overhangs curbs. D. The distance by which a vehicle cuts corners. The correct answer is B. You should be familiar with the room your vehicle needs to make turns or carry out a maneuver. You'll need to consider this as you approach junctions and road layouts. If you're driving a new or temporary vehicle, familiarize yourself with its characteristics before you drive on public roads. Question 17. At this roundabout, you want to take the 4th exit. What limit is in force on this road? A. Height. B. Weight. C. Width. D. Length. The correct answer is A. Look out for signs giving you advance warning of height restrictions. As a professional driver, you should always know the height of your vehicle or load. If you aren't sure of the safe height, stop and check. Question 18. When should you allow for the effects of a speed limiter? A. When you're cornering. B. When you're braking. C. When you're overtaking. D. When you're changing gear. The correct answer is C. Forward planning is important whenever you consider overtaking another road user. You should carefully assess the speed of the vehicle you intend to overtake. Remember that your vehicle's speed is limited, and this could considerably increase the distance and time needed to complete the maneuver safely. Question 19. What does this sign mean? A. Two-axled trailers are prohibited. B. The bridge is too narrow for vehicles over 7.5 tons. C. The bridge has an axle weight limit of 7.5 tons. D. Vehicles over the weight shown are prohibited. The correct answer is D. Always look out for road signs, but be especially aware of those that refer to large or heavy vehicles. Get into the habit of checking for signs at junctions. There might be an indication on the junction layout sign. Before you turn, make sure that the road you're using doesn't have any restrictions for the vehicle you're driving. Question 20. You're driving a long vehicle on a 2-lane road. What should you do if you want to turn left into a narrow side road? A. Keep well to the left on the approach. B. Move out to the right immediately before turning. C. Keep to the left and turn later than normal. D. Straddle the lanes to make more room for the turn. The correct answer is D. When you're driving a long vehicle, you'll often need to straddle lanes to turn into narrow side roads. When you do this, watch out for smaller vehicles, especially motorcycles and cycles, trying to squeeze past on your inside. Question 21. What type of road surface will increase your stopping distance by up to 10 times? A. Bumpy. B. Icy. C. Worn. D. Wet. The correct answer is B. To prevent your wheels from locking, you'll need to brake very gently on ice. Give yourself as much room and time as possible to stop. If your front wheels lock, you can't steer, and that will mean you can't avoid any obstacle in your path. Question 22. What does this sign mean? A. Warning of lorry crossing a one-way road. B. No entry for vehicles over 32 feet 6 inches, 9.9 meters long. C. No entry for vehicles over 32.6 tons. D. Warning of lorry straight ahead. The correct answer is B. You need to know the length of your vehicle as well as its weight, height, and width. Places where the length of your vehicle may be relevant are road tunnels, level crossings, ferries, bridges. Question 23. What does this sign mean? A. The width of the road is 6 feet 6 inches, 2 meters. B. No vehicles over 6 feet 6 inches, 2 meters wide. C. No vehicles over 6 feet 6 inches, 2 meters high. D. Trailer length must not exceed 6 feet 6 inches, 2 meters. The correct answer is B. You must always be aware of the size of your vehicle. Look out for road signs that show a width restriction. There should be an indication of this at the entrance to the road. Don't get into a situation where you have to reverse out of a narrow road because you haven't seen a sign. Question 24. In which of these places might there be a restriction on vehicles over a certain length? A. On motorways. B. At freight terminals. C. In road tunnels. D. On dual carriageways. The correct answer is C. Look out for restrictions on long vehicles. Length restrictions are found where there isn't much room to turn, for example in a tunnel, or where there's a risk of grounding. Question 25. You're driving on a motorway and you see this sign. What does it mean? A. End of restriction. B. End of crawler lane. C. End of weight limit. D. End of hard shoulder. The correct answer is a lookout for variable message warning signs telling you about lane closures, speed limits, hazards. When you're clear of the restriction, you'll see a sign telling you that it has ended. Question 26. How would you know that a weight limit sign doesn't apply to the bus you're driving? A. By a plate fitted beneath the weight limit sign. B. By the colour of the weight limit sign. C. By a plate attached to the vehicle. D. By a certificate carried by the driver. The correct answer is A. Some weight restrictions apply to heavy goods vehicles only and not to passenger-carrying vehicles. Look for a plate beneath a restriction sign that indicates this. Road signs show weight restrictions in various ways. You should make yourself familiar with all of them so that you're in no doubt about their meaning and relevance. Question 27. What's the national speed limit for buses and coaches on a dual carriageway? A. 55 mph. B. 60 mph. C. 65 mph. D. 70 mph. The correct answer is B. Don't be tempted to drive on the limiter when using dual carriageway roads. The speed limit for passenger-carrying vehicles is 60 miles per hour. Be considerate to faster-moving traffic by not using the middle or outside lanes unnecessarily. Question 28. How do speed limiters normally work? A. By applying the service brake. B. By applying the secondary brake. C. By reducing the fuel supplied to the engine. D. By reducing the fuel supplied to the engine. The correct answer is C. Most speed limiters work by taking a speed signal from the tachograph and transmitting it to the engine management system. This reduces the fuel supply to the engine and allows the speed of the vehicle to be controlled to specific limits. The speed at which a limiter is set must be shown on a plate clearly displayed in the cab. You should be aware of the effect a speed limiter will have on your vehicle, especially when overtaking. Question 29. Who must you tell when your vehicle collides with a bridge? A. The police. B. The local authority. C. Your local garage. D. The fire service. The correct answer is A. Hitting a bridge with your vehicle can have serious consequences for road and rail traffic. You must tell the police about the incident immediately. If the bridge is a railway bridge, call the railway authority as well as the police to report the incident. Question 30. Where must the repair of a speed limiter be carried out? A. At an authorised speed limiter centre. B. At any DVSA site. C. At any dealer centre. D. At the depot by a mechanic. The correct answer is A. Speed limiters may only be repaired by authorised speed limiter centres. They'll ensure that all the connections are sealed and that the system is tamper-proof. Question 31. What does this sign mean? A. No vehicles over 14 feet 6 inches, 4.4 metres wide. B. No vehicles over 14 feet 6 inches, 4.4 metre high. C. Road humps 14 feet 6 inches, 4.4 metre apart. D. No vehicles over 14 feet 6 inches, 4.4 metre long. The correct answer is B. Always be aware of the height of the vehicle you're driving, particularly if you drive different vehicles. If you use a sat-nav, it may show you the height and weight limits on UK roads. Question 32. What do bells hanging across the road warn drivers of? A. Weight restriction ahead. B. Trams crossing ahead. C. Overhead electric cables ahead. D. Railway level crossing ahead. The correct answer is C. If your vehicle touches bells suspended over the road, they'll obviously ring. This will warn you that your vehicle exceeds the safe travelling height beneath electrified overhead cables ahead. You must stop immediately and either find another route or take advice. Question 33. Unless otherwise shown, what's the minimum headroom under bridges in the UK? A. 4.0 metres, 13 feet. B. 4.1 metres, 13 feet 4 inches. C. 5.0 metres, 16 feet 6 inches. D. 5.5 metres, 18 feet. The correct answer is C. Every year there are hundreds of incidents in the UK where vehicles hit railway or motorway bridges. Most involve buses, coaches and lorries. Make sure your route doesn't take you under a bridge that's too low for your vehicle. If you hit a bridge, you'll be putting yourself and any passengers at risk, and you could cause a major disruption to road and rail transport. In question 34, your vehicle has collided with a railway bridge. What information must you give the railway authority when you telephone them? A. The make and model of your vehicle. B. The type of bridge. C. The vehicle's height. D. The bridge number. The correct answer is D. The railway authority needs to know immediately if one of their bridges has been hit. You'll need to tell them the number of the bridge so they can identify it. The railway authority will then take action to prevent railway passengers from being put at risk. Question 35. What does this motorway sign mean? A. 10 tons weight limit. B. Stop. All lanes ahead closed. C. Leave the motorway at the next exit. D. Lane ahead closed. The correct answer is D. Warning lights show when there's danger ahead. This includes lane closures, incidents, fog, icy roads. Question 36. Where can a driver find their vehicle's unladen weight recorded? A. On the dashboard of the vehicle. B. On the driver's duty roster. C. On the side of the vehicle. D. On the depot notice board. The correct answer is C. The driver of a passenger-carrying vehicle needs to know the vehicle's limits. These include its weight, height, width and length, and its seating and standing capacity. The unladen weight should be displayed on the near side of the vehicle. Question 37. A speed limiter is fitted to a bus. Where must the speed limiter setting be displayed? A. In the driver's cab. B. On the near side of the vehicle. C. On the rear of the vehicle. D. On the driver's side at the front of the vehicle. The correct answer is A. If a speed limiter is fitted to a vehicle, there must be a notice showing the speed at which it's set, clearly displayed in the driver's cab. Question 38. You're driving a large vehicle in a straight line. When is it most stable? A. During harsh acceleration. B. During gentle braking. C. During gentle acceleration. D. During harsh braking. The correct answer is C. A vehicle is most stable when travelling in a straight line under gentle acceleration. Sudden acceleration, steering or braking can cause severe loss of control. For maximum control, keep your driving as smooth as possible. Question 39. As a guide, how many passengers equal 1 ton? A. 15, B. 20, C. 25, D. 30. The correct answer is A. Your bus will move away more slowly and handle differently when fully laden with passengers and their luggage. You'll have to make allowances for this, especially when moving off uphill. Question 40. You're driving a large vehicle on a narrow road with passing places. What will you need to be most aware of? A. Its length. B. Its roof height. C. Its ground clearance. D. Its weight. The correct answer is A. If your vehicle is too long to fit into a passing place, you may need to wait opposite one. This will allow a following or approaching driver to pass. When you use this type of road, you need to plan and look well ahead to avoid meeting another road user at an inappropriate place. Question 41. What should be your main concern as you approach this sign? A. Your vehicle's height. B. Your vehicle's width. C. Your vehicle's weight. D. Your vehicle's length. The correct answer is D. At hump bridges, there's a risk of long vehicles grounding. If you aren't sure whether the floor of your vehicle will clear the bridge, find another route. Question 42. What's the minimum height of an unmarked bridge? A. 4.5 metres, 15 feet. B. 4.7 metres, 15 feet 6 inches. C. 4.8 metres, 16 feet. D. 5.0 metres, 16 feet 6 inches. The correct answer is D. If a height isn't shown on the bridge, the headroom in the UK will be at least 5 metres, 16 feet 6 inches. Question 43. Your bus has a speed limiter fitted. What other related item must it have? A. An audible warning device for the driver. B. A plate in the cab showing the limited speed. C. A warning sign on the back of the bus. D. A manual override switch for emergencies. The correct answer is B. A bus equipped with a speed limiter must also be fitted with a plate showing the speed setting. This must be fitted in an obvious position where it can be clearly seen. Question 44. Where can you park large vehicles at night without needing to use parking lights? A. In an off-road parking area. B. On a road with a 20 mph speed limit. C. At least 10 metres, 32 feet, away from any junction. D. In most laybys. The correct answer is A. Off-road lorry and coach parks are often well lit and patrolled by police or security firms. Never leave your vehicle unlit on a public road or in a lay-by after dark. Question 45. The height of your vehicle is 4.2 metres, 14 feet. What should you do as you approach this bridge? A. Keep to the centre of the arch and give way to oncoming traffic. B. Drive through slowly, keeping to the left of the marked limits. C. Keep to the centre of the arch and take priority over oncoming traffic. D. Drive through quickly, keeping to the left of the marked limits. The correct answer is A. The headroom under bridges in the UK is at least 5 metres, 16 feet 6 inches, unless marked otherwise. However, this might refer only to the highest point of an arch. If your vehicle hits a bridge, you must report the incident to the police. If a railway bridge is involved, you must also report it to the railway authority. Question 46. Your vehicle is more than 3 metres, 9 feet 10 inches high. Where is this information displayed? A. On the windscreen. B. On the weight plate. C. In the driver's cab. D. In the engine bay. The correct answer is C. It's a legal requirement that information about a vehicle's height can be seen by the driver from their seat. It's important to know the height of your vehicle so that you can avoid any height restrictions on your route. Question 47. The front of your bus overhangs well past the front wheels. Why should you allow for this when cornering? A. The steering will be much heavier. B. Your speed will be more difficult to control. C. You might hit something close to the road. D. you'll need to brake earlier than normal. The correct answer is C. The front of a bus or coach often extends well beyond the front wheels. Make allowances for this when turning. Try to avoid overhanging the pavement where possible, but if you have to do this, look out for fences, posts, traffic signs, etc. Be especially careful where pedestrians are present, for example in bus stations. Question 48. When must you take extra care if you're driving a vehicle more than 3.0 meters, 10 feet high? A. When driving over narrow bridges. B. When driving up steep hills. C. When driving near airports. D. When driving under overhead cables. The correct answer is D. You must take care when approaching any hazard where height is limited. Know the height of your vehicle and what you can drive under safely. If you aren't sure that it's safe, take another route. Question 49. What does a D1 category licence allow you to drive? A. Buses with a maximum of 16 passenger seats. B. Buses with a maximum of 24 passenger seats. C. Buses with a maximum of 32 passenger seats. D. Buses with a maximum of 48 passenger seats. The correct answer is D. The D1 category allows you to drive any bus with 9 to 16 passenger seats for hire or reward.